This is Melissa Thomas with Florida National News here at the 34th Miami Film Festival. We're here at the main press junket where several of the different filmmakers are here representing their films. Some are directors, some are talent, including actors, and some producers as well. Some of the films we'll be interviewing today and representing include Lipstick Under My Burqa, which is an Indian film. Woodpeckers. We'll also be interviewing the filmmakers for tonight's red carpet premiere of Cargo, which is a kind of a Haitian-based film that was actually filmed in the Bahamas. Stay tuned for all of our interviews today and for even more at FloridaNationalNews.com. This is Melissa Thomas from the Standard Hotel and Spa in Miami Beach. We are here with the cast and crew of Cargo, which has its red carpet premiere tonight at the Regal 18. So we'll start with the director, Mr. Kareem Mortimer. Give our audience an overview of the movie and what they can come to expect.
Okay, so Cargo is a heart-wrenching story, and it's a story about a fisherman that becomes a human smuggler to pay off some debts that he has, and his relationship with his girlfriend, who is an undocumented Haitian woman living in the Bahamas with a young son, and the people that his choices affect. Yeah.
Very compelling story, definitely. I'm going to run down the line for each of you guys, but what for each of you personally was the most defining moment of the project for you?
Me? You want me to give it to them?
Yeah, you first and then just pass it down.
So this story is inspired by an image I saw when I was a kid, and I was watching the news with my mother, and there was a story of a group of migrants that are washed up on shore because their boat had subsided. And I remember seeing their bodies on the beach, and what happened to them is that they were placed in mass graves. They never existed, and I've never been able to forget that image. And I always wondered, how did we get here, and who were the people that facilitated? Not taking any judgment either whether I think it's wrong or right, but I wanted to explore that, and that's where the story begins for me.
I had two moments on set that was particularly very specific, because I think one time we were shooting in a place where Asian refugees were living, and then at a certain time they said immigration is coming, and we were shooting, and people that were not part of the crew started to run because they thought it was for real. And the second thing is, I remember I was playing a scene where I was coming home, and I saw the immigration bus, and my son was supposed to be at home, and I was looking for him, and I could not find it. And then while I was doing it, since I had my son on set, I think I don't know, something went wrong, and I confused it. I really thought that I was looking for my son, and then I completely forget where I was and what I was doing. And when I finished, Kareem said, I promise you it's the last time we do it. We want. So it's kind of to tell you how there's no difference for me between this movie and what we're dealing with as human beings in general, whether it's about immigration, whether it's about just trying to take care of yourself and your family and your loved ones to find a good place for them where you feel safe and where you can actually live a peaceful life, Even peaceful is a big word in this world now, but still, try to be as much as you can. And so for me, to be on set, I feel like I was kind of having a glimpse of what it could be to be in a situation where you feel trapped. Everywhere people are tracking you like an animal, and you cannot go back home because you know what's waiting for you. You risked your life because there were nothing for you. So you're fighting against all those things, and it's heavy. And sometimes we tend to forget that. When we see immigrants, we say that they're coming to get whatever. Why can't they stay home? And we forget that if we were in their situation, probably we would have do even worse just to protect what we love and to protect ourselves. So for me, that was what it was about on the movie set. It's to remind me. I come from a poor family, and it's to remind me that, yes, I could have been, because I had families that had to travel, that had to take the boat to go somewhere else. So I manage, I fight, and I didn't have to do it. But it's not because we are better or whatever. It's just because things happen like that in life where you manage not to be in a situation, but doesn't mean that you might not happen to be that situation one day. So that was my experience with that project.
Well, I guess cargo is very close to reality these days. We see what we're doing with national security here in America, and it's pretty much the same thing. So it's in parallel somehow. Yeah.
Well, I think there have been many defining moments during the whole production, but for me, interestingly, the most defining moment happened actually after, when we completed. I live on Eleuthera, it's another island in the Bahamas, and I had a conversation with one of the police officers, and I told him that we just finished shooting, and he was asking me what is it about, and he told me, well, I have a story to tell, and he told me an interrogation he had with people who survived such boat trips. And there it was just this moment of how real it is what we created, how real this is actually. And experiencing on set is of course completely different. But I think and I hope that the story will create a dialogue and make people start reflect in different ways that they have dealt with it before, that everyone that is seeking for a better life, if you want to use that phrase, which maybe is the main motivation about migration and changing your place, is that everybody has a story, every single person and their own perspective. So that was for me definitely a very intense moment, sitting there and listening to this story and knowing we just put this story on screen and hopefully will be watched by many people.
The most defining moment for me was my first day on set, when I realized that I am a part of bringing life to this this story that I know so well, because it's so close to home. This is happening, I know it's about Haiti, but this is happening, like people from Jamaica goes to Bahamas trying to escape. It's the same as the Asian do. So it was my first day on set when I realized that I'm a part of, making this alive. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for sharing your thoughts. We look forward to the red carpet premiere, and congrats on a great project.
Thank you. We'll see you.